To her sweet complaints, the holy seraphim answered, Lady, thy beloved is not absent when, for thy good, he tarries and withholds himself. In order to console his beloved, he afflicts them. In order to give so much the more joy, he aggrieves them. In order to be sought after, he withdraws from them. He wishes that thou sow in tears, and so gather afterwards the sweet fruits of sorrow. If the beloved did not hide himself, he would not be sought after with that anxiety which is caused by his absence, nor would the soul renew its affections, nor increase in the appreciation due to that treasure. They transmitted to her that light of which I have spoken, number 625, in order to purify her faculties, not because there were any defects to be remedied, for she could not be guilty of any defects. On the contrary, all her actions and operations during the absence of the Lord had been meritorious and holy. Nevertheless, it was necessary that she be endowed with new gifts, in order to tranquilize her spirits and her faculties, which had been moved by affectionate labors and anxieties during the absence of the Lord, and also in order to withdraw her from her present state and raise her to a position where she could enjoy new and different favors. For, in order that her faculties might again be proportioned to the high object and to the manner of enjoying it, they must necessarily be renewed and redisposed. All this the holy seraphim proceeded to do with her in the manner already described in Book 2, Chapter 14. When the Lord conferred upon her the final adornment and the quality necessary for the immediate vision about to take place. As far as I can explain, the successive elevation of the faculties of the heavenly Queen engendered those particular affections and sentiments of love and virtues which the Lord desired, and in the midst of these elevations, His Majesty withdrew the veil. Then, after his long concealment, he manifested himself to his only spouse, his beloved and most holy Mary, by an abstractive vision of the divinity. Although this vision was given through abstractive images and not intuitive, yet it was most clear and exalted in its kind. By it, the Lord dried the continual tears of our Queen, rewarded her affection and her loving anxiety, satisfied all her desires, and overwhelmed her with delight as she reclined in the arms of her beloved. Then was renewed the youth of that aspiring eagle, winging its flight into the impenetrable regions of the divinity, and by the after effects of this vision she ascended whither no other creature can ascend, or no other intellect can reach outside of God's. The joy which filled the most pure mistress on the occasion of this vision must be measured as well by the extreme sorrow through which she had passed as by the accumulation of merits which she had gained. I can only say that, in so far and by how much sorrow had abounded, so also now overflowed her joy, and that her patience, her humility, her fortitude, her constancy, her loving anxieties were the most remarkable and the most exquisite that ever until that time or ever after could have existed or can exist in any creature. This most unparalleled lady alone could understand the excellence of that wisdom, and could appreciate the greatness of the loss sustained in being deprived of the vision of God, and in being far from His presence. She alone, having suffered and measured this great loss in humility and with fortitude, to make it conducive to her sanctification by ineffable love, and afterwards to appreciate the blessings and the joy of its recovery.